Hello, Minerva. Thank you for stopping by the stream. How are you doing today? It is a pleasure to have you stop by. Oh, thanks for the 6 and thanks for the 9s. Nice. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Thank you for the butterfly neckties, too. I super appreciate it. That is my favorite gift. Thank you. I wish I could do the heart emoji, but I super appreciate it. I'm gonna probably talk about this throughout the night, but TLDR, honey, this game is like the reason I started trying to get back into horror, because I had been so scared of horror for so long. And this game is what did it for me. This game was like, okay, I think I can do this. A sudden wave of confidence came back to me upon finishing this game. So, you can do this. Oh yes, I love this game. It doesn't really faze me as much anymore. But I've played this game so many times. I've played this game so many times, and I hope I can show you guys that. Hi, Cola. Thank you for joining the stream. If you don't know, this game is like an action horror game where you get to do kung fu and guns. Okay, as you can see in the gameplay footage here. And there's a mixture of futuristic and normal weapons. So you start off kind of grounded in reality, and then the farther and farther you go into the Armacam facility, the more weird weapons you get and the weirder the enemies get. It's awesome. This game also had groundbreaking AI for the time it came out. And honestly, the AI in this game are smarter than some of the AI that are in today's games, because in today's games, sometimes they program, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes they program the AI to be a little stupid and give you opportunities to shoot them. In this game, it's more like sometimes you'll be able to enter a room without them knowing you're there, but when they know you're there, they're going to do their best, right? They'll like try to flush you out with grenades. If there's only one guy left, he'll be quiet. They can fake dying. They can just lie on the ground and pretend they died in the middle of the fight when you're not paying attention. These guys are awesome. Then there's some like basic ass ghost AI that just fly towards you. They're not that great, but they're spooky. The real star of the show are the AI that you go up against in this game. And the thing is, it's not even that hard to compare to. What about Body Harvest? I have not played that. Is that a game? Do you mean Invasion of the Body Snatchers? I just always think about that when I think about bodies being taken. Old game. I've played Harvester, the super edgy point-and-click game. I played that on stream, but I think the only reason I could get away with that is because I wasn't playing it with video, because that was before I had videos and stuff. It was a Polygon game. That's cool. Old. Okay, guys, and I'm talking about the action. But this game also takes influence from movies like The Ring and The Grudge. Okay? Tell me that this doesn't sound awesome. Tell me it doesn't, because if you do, I'm gonna tell you you're crazy. Okay? You go into an office workspace that slowly gets more industrial, and you're churning through the meat of all the clones that are gonna kill you. All the while, there is psycho ghost shit happening throughout the game. Psycho. And not just that. I'm gonna spoil a little bit for you right now. We'll get into it soon. The clones. Hi, Ghost Gen. What up? I'm breaking down why I love this game so much, guys. I'm gonna say what I just said one more time because our lovely friend Ghost Gen has joined. This is the reason I got back into horror games. I used to be a total piece of shit that was like totally scared, and now this game was like what got me back into it. This is what made me start watching all the movies. This got me into games, and even reading some books just about horror. I'm just like, I was so scared of horror for so long, and then this game did it for me, dude. I love this game so much. Okay. Now, actually, the first one I ever played was F.E.A.R 2, but I always looked back at this game on YouTube videos and thought I would much rather be playing that. Like, but it was harder to get games, especially as a teenager who didn't have money. So, in this game, we play basically paranormal FBI that goes to storm a weapons facility that's been overrun by clones. But the clones are being controlled by a cannibal guy who can read your minds. I'm forgetting the word because I'm so excited. A cannibal psychic. A literal psychic cannibal who eats people to gain their memories, Seven style. Okay? Is controlling an army of clones. And then his buddy is a creepy ghost girl a la The Grudge and The Ring in a little red dress. And it's awesome. So we're going to start right now. And I'm actually going to play the cutscenes. I had played this game so many times. I've played some of the rooms so many times. Just quick saving, reloading the same room over and over. Just to see how many times I can kill these clones. And also groundbreaking AI for the time. And sometimes I think that games these days are programmed to be a little bit easier with the enemies giving you opportunities to shoot them. In this game, the AI actively try to survive. That's how they were programmed. It's not just to run at you. They don't just completely bum rush you every single time. They're programmed to prioritize their own existence, which is so awesome. And because of that, they'll do crazy things like pretending to be dead when you're not paying attention during the middle of a gunfight. They'll try to flank you. If the last one's dead, they'll try to run away and be quiet. And literally, I've had one of these guys wait for me for 5 minutes before he came out and tried to kill me. They're crazy. And the thing is, it's not even that hard to program. Apparently, to some people, it's just no one does it like that. They always kind of plan to make the game a little more marketable. But I think that this game, even on its hardest difficulty, can be done quite quickly if you care enough to like get kind of good at the game. It's not even that bad. This is a great shooter because it is so easy to get into, but it's still scary. Recommended for masochistic players only. I'm a little sadistic, too. You see, they're called replica. I love killing them. I love killing them so much. Because they're some of the best enemies in a game. They want to kill you. I want to kill them. It is such a great... Sometimes they're like they're coming in a formation, walking into a room. They don't even know you're there. I already know how to just go all over the map because I've played this game so many times. And it's weird because I played this to go to my happy zone because I've been a little stressed out. I played this over the weekend. And just getting back into all of the different rooms in the maps and then remembering where all the enemies spawn. And I'm like, yeah, I love this game. And you know what? It's also got an amazing soundtrack. Here's our man, Paxton Fettel. I'm spoiling some stuff ahead of time for you guys just to make it a little more accessible. The crows right there are awesome. And then in his eyes are the flames. And the ghost girl. Hey, Ein Void, good to see you. Look at the footsteps. I love how, dude. Also, this game had amazing graphics and lighting for the time. Yo, yo, yo. Let's get it, Ghastly. This soundtrack is so phenomenal, by the way. And the way these cutscenes are shot is like fucking movie quality, almost if it was just real people. It is so good. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of jank later. And also, guys, I'm so sorry, but there's an issue with the game where the subtitles were only programmed to go up certain resolutions. So we're not going to be able to see subtitles. I don't know if there's a fix for that. I did hear... but there's, like, not really any footage of it yet. I mean, I could have probably found someone streaming it, but I was just busy today. And then I got off work and watched videos criticizing 13 Reasons Why, because I just like listening to 50-minute long videos about people. Anyway, look at this stuff, dude. Oh my god, the clones. Christine, but I do want to check out the game. I'm not trying to blow over that, sorry, I'm just so hyped. As you can see, the clones are now coming to life. They are overthrowing the facility. All the security guards are dead, dude. They didn't even know what happened. They're all dead! And then we get this last shot. It is just got the blood all over his mouth, that little splatter right there. Now we get a kind of, like a chiller opening, right? A senator.
What happened?
Illuminati levels of conspiracy. Fettel. Fettel is the cannibal guy. My god.
We can still resolve this discreetly, but we have to move fast.
I love the senator.
All right.
My god. That's the perfect response for the beginning of a horror scenario. Oh my god.
This wacko's name is Paxton Fettel. He's the key.
Now this is one of the few moments of levity where they're trying to explain why we are literally a god amongst men and able to kill people so easily. Yes, I love this game so much. I love this game so much.
Property of Armacam Technology Corporation.
And no, I'm not on crack cocaine right now. I'm literally, I just love this game. Psychic Commander.
Fettel is one of the commanders.
This guy, I love him. I don't know his name, man. I should, if I'm such a good fan. But he's constantly, he's like your intel guy who's talking to you over the mic the whole time. Wait, I mean Adderall. I'm on meth. Same thing. It's just one's medically approved and not as toxic to your body. And probably doesn't make you hallucinate. But it is a super upper. And also, you know, if you're using it for attention, that's totally fine.
How do we find
I'm not attention. Your attention span. Whatever. I'm so sorry if that sounded tone deaf. I just don't know what to say.
Assuming it does what it's supposed to. What about you, buddy?
They're basically giving the sit rep.
Putting him in the field?
This is Jankowski and Jin.
Crazy?
I remember Jankowski because they talk about him throughout the whole game because of things that are about to happen.
His reflexes are totally off the
charts. I love him so much. It's a one line. Yeah, have you seen this guy? His reflexes are totally off the charts. And they're talking about how no one's going to take them seriously. They're like, ghosts? Are you kidding me? This is what we were made for? By the way, F.E.A.R was a secret agent of the government that was formed to investigate supernatural causes. So basically, the X-Files, but way more fucking badass because of me and not the other three members. Actually, I won't lie. This guy, Intel, he's really cool. And that's not fair. Jin is also really cool. She just doesn't get a lot of screen time or development, unfortunately.
All right, move it out.
All right, Fear, mission coordination. Yeah. Rowdy Betters. That's his name? Rowdy? I love that. Hannibal 3 spy satellite is geosynchronous orbit shows... In geosynchronous orbit, shows no signs of replica soldiers. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Investigate the signs of Paxton Fettel. Guys, that is totally optional. I've hardly ever read those. I literally, at this point, mostly just run in and get to work. So here we can break the board. Super simple stuff. I love how we get a little sense of normalcy. We're just in some outskirts, middle of nowhere, trying to find a way through. We got a signal over here that this is where... Here's a little rat. For your guys' sake, I will not shoot the rat. I gotta open the... Come on, dude, open the door. Thank you. Oh! Oops! Looks like someone forgot to put the hinges on that. You know what took me so long? Kill the rat! I killed that one. No animals were harmed in the making of this game. The real ones, anyway. Alright. Creepy visual. Awesome. And now we see someone walking over here. Who's that? You disappeared? Why'd you bring me here? Slamming doors. Nice. Creepy baby crying sounds. I already know everything that's happening, but I'm trying to make it fun for you guys. So... By the way, this is insane lighting for the time this came out. This was 2005. This, the lights moving around, was not an ultra common thing back then. Not in a way where it was programmed on its own like that. Hey, Jankowski.
Come on.
All right, Jankowski, what's going on? Ready?
Go.
Show me what's happening, Jankowski. Jankowski? Where'd you go? Hello there, Moody Cloud Saren. Srin? Moody Clouds Rin? You were born here. In this place. I was there. Here we see a man who has been
We need you up here.
bitten a lot.
Looks like we're too late, boss.
Oh.
Just left.
He's missing the side of his face. Hey, Vay. That's a lot of blood. How much do you guys think that is? I wouldn't know. Nom 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 nom. Delicioso. Oh. Hello, mister? Who was that? Can I shoot the bird? No, I can't. Thank you for the 6s. Thank you for the 9s. Let's go. Thank you for becoming a supporter. Just a normal dental procedure. Nothing to see here. Yeah, I get the imagery of the dentist from Australia in Nemo, where or Finding Nemo, sorry, where his patient's just like, ah, ah, ah! I think that probably is one of the reasons I find dentists freaky. Subconsciously, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably because of that movie, where he's like, hold still, it's gonna be okay, and then the guy's just writhing in pain. Fatcha Z4, welcome to the stream. Didn't mean to miss you. By the way, how are you guys doing? I've been going off and off, but I'd love to hear how you guys are doing. I hope you're all doing okay. And that guy from Little Shop of Horrors, I haven't seen that one. I dread the doctors. I do too. Oh! Bam! Right in my face, dude. I knew that was gonna happen.
The dead man's name was Charles Haberger.
Charles Haberger. Charles Hamburger? I like how he says he remembers him. Like, does he mean the taste?
It makes no difference.
Or his memories? And then he says, I have their memories, but was it hers? Is he talking about the ghost? Or a different person he ate? Just the way he speaks so confidently, without giving us any context, is so awesome. That's why I like him. Plus, that voice actor is so good. They make him a little edgier every time they release him. This version of Paxton Fettel is awesome. Paxton is also a dope name, dude. For a villain, anyway. Kai the Clown, welcome to the stream. Alright, so it's a bust. We didn't do anything badass yet. We got hit in the face with a 2x4. So much for the Supernatural Squad, am I right? This is and honestly, the game is a little self-referential to how crazy it is that there's a supernatural squad. We team up with actual branches of the military later. That's our team psychic, Yunjin. Actually, it's not Yunjin. That's from Dead by Daylight. Her name's Jin, though. I must return to helping my honey with his car. You be safe, Ghastly. Thank you, Mrs. Minerva. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for stopping by. Charles Hamburger. I tried to forget. I tried so hard to forget. I love these creepy flashbacks. There's so many moments where our character starts tripping out, and it gets slowly more surreal. And I love it. They never go full surreal, though. Aside from, like, the very end, which is awesome. We're not dealing with ordinary bad guys. I wonder what they're thinking right now. They're just like, this guy's full of shit, bro. So not only is it clones, it's ghosts and psychics and cannibals. That's like 4 things I love. War. War! Ghost war! Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Also, I love how the game makes you think it's gonna be leaning a little bit more into the military side, right? Because imagine when this game first came out, you don't know what you're getting into, you know? And you're like, ooh, it's kind of like a creepy shooter game. I guess I'll shoot some ghosts. Is it like Doom, you know? Is it like Half-Life? And then you get this shit. That's what I mean by self-referential right there. I'd send one of my boys, but I think we need a specialist. Maybe the ghost guy can go get the fucking door. Maybe this idiot over here can go get the door while the Giga Chads chill out over here. Okay, I guess I'll get the door. Good job. Thank you. Oh. It sounds like they're already in trouble. We just got here. Oh, that doesn't look good through the gate right there. What could it be? I know what it is. Here we get to see what those guys just saw a moment ago. Run! They're running from a little girl. On fire. And they're not, and they just start profusely bleeding. It's not even evident from where. Are they spitting it up? Is it just coming out of their clothes? Boom! Disintegrated. Gone. Nothing's left but the calcium in their body. I love it. They just melt. Clothes and everything. And then we get this, like, droning ambience. Sounds like someone's rubbing their wet thumb over a gigantic cup. Yeah, of course, ma'am. Boom, 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 boom. I already know where they're all at. There we go. Although I forgot which button I reset to be my slow-mo button. Thank you so much for the butterfly neckties and the GGs. I super appreciate it. I love this game so much. Yukimi, welcome to the stream. Devil Cat, welcome to the stream. Are you guys doing okay today? Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Doink! There's a dead guy. So it looks like they're killing the innocent people, too. No mercy. No mercy from the replica. They are just finding people and clearing them out. Got you? And I like that they're all voice acted as well. They'll call their commands out sometimes, which makes sense logically because they're talking to each other. And I don't have to worry about that because I'm not fighting with anybody. Not throughout any part of the game do we fight with anybody. They do that in the expansions, but not in the base game. We're always fighting by ourselves. Okay, wow, I got that other guy at the front. Okay, one just came in here. Boom! By the way, melee kills instantly. So it is really good to try and get melee kills sometimes. Oh, he didn't see me yet. That is great. Or maybe he did. Awesome. Now, boom. You get dual Glocks in this game, akimbo style. And honestly, I think they're great for most enemies aside from some of the heavier units. They're just really accurate. Yeah, you're gonna need all the reinforcements you can get, buddy. By the way, these guys tend to keep holding on to their trigger. You saw a real ghost when you went to Hawaii? What happened, bro? Give me the facts, because I'm curious now. We see a little electricity moving around. Throwing shit around it. We're moving in, guys. I'm gonna shoot that guy because when you... Oh, wow, I got both of them just then. Okay. So if you catch enemies off guard, you can kill them with one bullet. Or several. But usually if they know you're coming, they'll be a little tougher to kill. I know that there's maybe 2 more over in that room over there. I'm getting the grenades. It's Arm Ghost, her killer cut her up. Hello, Retro Gamer, long time no see. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, Red Chan, welcome to the stream. Target sighted! I stunned him there with the fire extinguisher. By the way, things can explode in this that aren't just barrels. There's another guy here somewhere. There he is. Awesome. Squee! Do you like this game, bro? Please tell me you like this game. Ooh. I think this game is literally masterclass. I'm playing F.E.A.R. It's a game from the early 2000s that revolutionized AI and graphics in video games at the same time. Oh, I can't just jump in there. I forgot that part. I'm a female gamer. That's cool. I'm a ghost gamer. I'm a ghost, and I play video games. We've got our first assault rifle. Only criticism I can think of off the top of my head about this game is that some of the automatic weapons that aren't the railgun, which, yes, there's a railgun, by the way. Fake gamer ghoul. Me? I'm playing F.E.A.R. Are you kidding me? Thank you for liking Retro Gamer. This is the ghost gamer game, besides Phasmophobia, in my opinion. This is like the closest thing that I've seen so far, besides Fatal Frame, that kind of captures something closer to like The Ring and The Grudge, right? And there are games that try. Oh, maybe that's not true. There's a couple of games nowadays that try that, like Visage. But I would say Visage borrows very broadly from a lot of supernatural horror, which is still nice. All right, we're gonna try to make this jump midway. I'm gonna go slow-mo and then throw the grenade while I'm on it. Boom! Sucker! Tell me that wasn't fucking sick. Yes, I knew they were gonna come out of that doorway, by the way. By the way, guys, they started doing live streams on YouTube again? That's cool. What have you been streaming? Thank you, holy shit. Thank you so much for the 10K likes, guys. I'm not a fake gamer ghoul. Crazy Skull, welcome to the stream. I'm a freaking epic gamer, okay? Donkey Kong Country 2, now that's cool. Oh, this is one of my favorite parts to try out. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go into here, and there's gonna be stacks of crates that are parallel to each other, and then a garage door that opens and the replica come in, 3 of them in a line formation. What you can do if you're fast enough is jump on top of one of them before they're all alert and then start killing them. And I've practiced this part so much just because I love this game. Not that you don't even have to, I just like doing it. I fucked up. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, I fucked it up. It's okay, though. Boom! Still cool enough, I guess. No, it's not. I want to do it again. See, that's the thing. That's why I love this game. Oh. There we go. Boom! Oh. Disgusting! They don't even know what happened. I just love the roundhouse kick to the face. Every single time I can land that, that always feels so good. Oh, okay, very nice. There's guys that are going to come out of here. I think I heard another one behind me. Yeah, there's one over here. Awesome. Oh. The manga is super creepy. Which manga? Also, how's Donkey Kong been going for you? Are you far in the game, Retro Gamer? And look at that. The way that the blood splatters on the wall. And then it carries over to the door. This was 2005, dude. I love it. Okay, so the blood's already going away. And this is max graphics, but what can you say? At least it was already good. Ugh, creepy visual. This is Jankowski, but why is he here? Why is he talking weird? Why is he disappearing? Jankowski, are you okay? Question mark? Oh, there's like a little... Is this the place I can save a little bit of time just by jumping around? I don't know. Maybe not yet? Yes, this is. So there's a bunch of bodies here, but you can actually jump on these crates and then just skip all of this. Not skip, but save some time.
Is someone there?
Is someone there? I don't know. Guys, is anyone there? Alright, explosion. Little girls walking out of the explosion. I love how this looks. We have just been steamrolling these replica. I almost said combine, lol. And we don't even stand a chance against her, right? She just blows us through the window. Awesome. Remaining F.E.A.R combat operative will attempt to locate and neutralize F.E.A.R. F.E.A.R technical officer and SFODD escort will continue search for missing F.E.A.R operative. So yeah, our buddy earlier, the bald one, he's gone. We don't know where he's at.
He's alive.
But Jin's here. And I didn't get to mention this about Jin, but Jin is actually the team psychic. They don't even tell us this immediately. It's implied at first, and then it becomes more obvious that she's literally, like, sensing energies and shit. So she is probably the most mentally powerful out of the team. Jankowski, obviously, minus 9,000 aura, because we had him for one mission and now he's gone, right? But we are like the Giga Chad of supernatural powers with our slow-mo, okay? Our reflexes are off the charts. As Rowdy, which is his name apparently, likes to say. And they're talking the military between the actual Marines, or is it just the Army? And then our guy. And they're like, can we get help? No, can we get help from you, though? And they're like, I don't have anything. And they're like, well, I guess it's not stealthy, so we'll just have to send in more guys. And throughout the game, we start hearing... Oh, I forgot to do a little thing. There's these telephone calls here. But I got so excited I missed the telephone in that room, where I jumped on the crate and threw the grenade. But there's one phone. Tan, welcome to the stream. Seems like I came at a good time. You sure did. I love this game, by the way. Doink. There's also these little stimulants you can pick up. I've neglected to mention that. And they permanently increase your reflex time. Here's a creepy part. So, we're going to turn on our flashlight. Bunch of little rats. Hi, buddies. And then... What's that? Scary. And if we look over here, we can see a melted body. And then a stimulant upgrade for our health. That's nice. Now, I know what's going to happen here, so I'm going to react in time. You see a shadow? You can actually catch her right there. Running around. Pretty nice, huh? Shin, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. And Even though our character doesn't talk, we still hear... And we don't even hear his grunts. We hear his breathing. And his heartbeat. I love it. Now, he doesn't see me yet. They're talking about how I'm probably here. We're gonna wait for him to walk by this fire extinguisher. The other guy's in here. He's gonna try to jump out the window, but nah. I already know that. Also, in this game, you have to do like a Half-Life style crouch jump to get through windows. Gotta shoot him before he gets the grenade. Boom! I love how you can see their guns and where the bullets are flying. So you can actually track the bullets with your slow-mo. Didn't know if you close your eyes you can't see. Oh, I've seen that, yeah. Did you know that when you're closing your eyes, you're not seeing? Hi, Dracola, welcome to the stream. Reflex, awesome. I missed you. Missed you too, Dracola. That's very nice of you to say. How are you doing? Oh, thank you so much, guys, for chilling out with me tonight. I super appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the game. So we're just continuing on, fighting some of the replica that come in our way. This game also doesn't really hold your hand very much. Sometimes you have to figure out where to go, but they try to make it a little obvious. Yakumi Ning Ning, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. I want to get the double pistols out. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, yeah, dude. It's always fun using the enemy bodies as cover. Thank you for liking the stream. I super appreciate it. Also, guys, I want to turn y'all on to something. No, not like that. Thank you for becoming a follower. Not sponsored. Maybe someday we'll be sponsored by something, guys. But not right now. Okay, hear me out. I only got this because I was getting these little flavored pods for your water, right? For my sister, because that's what she wants for her birthday. But I couldn't get her flavor that would come in time and in enough of... how am I supposed to say this? The quantity wasn't that much, and it was expensive, and it didn't come in time, so I paid a little bit more to get like a larger set that had that flavor, plus other stuff that she would like. But my mother told me she didn't want this caffeine one. So you can get this like flavored water thing that gives you caffeine in it. Almost like an energy drink. But there's no sugar apparently. There's no artificial sweetener or whatever. Not that I'm really super big into that stuff. But I just tried it out because she didn't want the caffeine one and it came with a bottle. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just try the caffeine ones. Oh my god. That shit worked so well. It worked so good. I was like pretty alert all day. It was and it's kind of nice. Just saying. And also the flavors were really good. And they're sweet. But there's apparently no sugar, so I don't feel as bad. So what we do here is we activate these little giant Alienware laptops. And then our guy gives us a little lowdown on what's happening. And he's telling us that this facility is like a water facility. And that there was some weird stuff in the water. Alright, we're coming into a big little combat section here. Just gonna save my game. I like to get a shot off early on this guy. I missed, though. That is so not good. Awesome. Oh, there's a guy over here. Boom! You gonna heal? Okay, I got one of them there. We're gonna go back to get some stuff, but I just want to make sure they're all dead. Yeah, they're all dead. Cool. And this is the hardest difficulty, by the way. I just kind of know where everyone's at, because I've played this so much. Hola, Shinodi, mi amigazo. And guys, I gotta tell you, this game has one of the best shotguns in video games. You might hear, like, the FPS players be like, oh, I love this shotgun, because that's something that comes up in gamer talk, right? This game, I think, humble opinion, is probably my favorite shotgun of all time in a video game. Creepy girl alert! Someone in YouTube chat asking about Resident Evil 7. I could if you want to, Dracola. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to miss your comments there. I am Brazilian. Hola? I don't know how to speak Portuguese, I'm so sorry. I hope some words are similar, though. I hope you're doing okay. Thank you for watching us. This is my favorite horror game, by the way. Better than the Halo 1 shotgun? Personally, if you're asking me, who grew up playing Halo 3, yes. A little bit of a hot take. Maybe if I had grown up playing Halo 1, I would like it more. But I grew up playing Halo 3, and it was, while it was good, not as crazy as the Halo 1 shotgun. By the way, this is our first surreal Nightmare on Elm Street style cutscene. By the way, epilepsy warning if you have it. 3, 2, 1, sorry. Yeah, rooms filled with blood. This has to be like, well, it's not waist high because we're like walking on top of this somehow. Is it rising? I guess not. You see the doctor over there working on somebody? Is that a girl? And then, skeleton hug. Love the skeleton hug there. By the way, Gjalhorn, good to see you. How are you doing? We got a little skeleton hug. By the way, this game has insane physics. And great water physics, too. It's obviously not the best when you go underwater. It just seems kind of like Oblivion water, I guess, where you can see everything normally. But the way it reacts to stuff, really good. And also, I'm going to quick save here. I'm going in slow-mo. Look at this effect for when something hits the water. Look at that awesome splash. I know that's silly, but I noticed that recently. So, good. Been doing a lot of Magic the Gathering and Tabletop Sim and PUBG. Got you. How's that been? Are you enjoying yourself? Well, maybe that's a stupid question, but what kind of deck do you have in Magic? I don't know everything about Magic, but the one time I was into it, I bought some cards to make a deck that was like vampires. Oh, that guy just got totally owned, by the way. Creepy CRT monitors. Health kit. I now have maximum health kit, so maybe I can be a little more liberal with my aggression the next fight. I love this Aurora-style effect from the water. She's afraid of you. Hi, Jankowski. How you doing? She, like the girl, is afraid of me? She was blowing shit up earlier. Why is she afraid of me? Wait for my signal. Boom! Now we gotta be careful because there's some explosive barrels here. Uh-oh, I'm getting hit. For a second I had to figure out where he was at. Awesome. Also, what's fun is when they start saying, like, I need reinforcements, you can tell that they don't have anyone left. So even though they're not actually speaking out to anyone that's there, it adds so much to the... What little immersion a dead gamer can feel. It adds to it a lot, and I appreciate it. Sleepy Renee, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. I'm trying to activate the phone, but I don't have time to listen to that. I don't have time to listen to that. I gotta storm all of Armacam and kill all the replica, and then find the cannibal guy. We don't have time to listen to all the stuff. Unless I remember one that's good, specifically. I always love the one back there because there's a phone message that's like, "Hey, we heard some loud noises. Is everyone okay over there?" And then you look around the room and it's just covered in blood. It's like dripping from the ceiling. So, no! I don't think everything was okay for his buddy. In fact, I think it was really not okay. But now we're going to try to make it a little more okay by killing all the clones. Oh my god. my aim got a little bad there. Hi, Sleepy. How are you doing? I just love this soundtrack so much. We're about to get the shotgun, guys. It's just up ahead. This guy's beneath us. Literally. We can turn, by the way, or like kind of lean around corners. So if you want to slow down and go around a corner, you can. But when you get to the point where you know where everyone's at, it's better to just kind of rush them. And then stop them before they get to cover. Ow, I got hit there. Owie. I'm about to run out. What? See what? Dude! That is why I love this game. That might seem like bullshit to you, but I just took a... Okay, imagine a spaz shotgun. I just took a full slug to the head, dude. Like, not a slug. Slugs are like one cartridge little projectile thing. But, yes, crazy. Let's do that a little differently. Let's try to be a little more careful here. Now, I can't let the shotgun guy come over to me. Fuck! See? They swear! Alright, so I think I hit somebody. Let's grab the shotgun. Boom! Nothing but chunks of flesh. That is how awesome this shotgun is. And it's so good. We're gonna get a little reflex stim over here. To Dracola, if you're still there, I would like to play Resident Evil 7 again. Maybe we'll go back to it, but I mostly just have the DLCs left. Which some of them were more like time trial stuff. So normally what you would do is like walk through here and then be like, do I go this way up the ladder? Which makes you go around here, but we could just jump over here.
According to police, an explosion that leveled a dockside warehouse.
And now the public is becoming aware of what's happening because it's on a radio broadcast. News reporters like, people are getting shot. No one really knows what's happening though. The police aren't being let in because there's a special operation. We're waiting on further news. So I love the idea that we're at the center of the news and only we know what's going on. Us and our intel guy. That's it. Because we're not with Psychic Lady. And Psychic Lady doesn't really talk over the, comms very much. So what happens is turning that valve fills that area up and lets me jump across. Now they're all over here. I want to see if I can get them with a grenade real quick and kill them all together. Awesome. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. Awesome. There's a guy nearby. Oh, this room's sick. They don't know I'm here yet. Picked up some trip mines. Awesome. I think that's the cleanest way I've ever taken care of that room, ever. I felt so good about that. Alright, there's a guy up here chilling. And for some reason, every single time, his body flies off. He's the only one that has... There's a guy alive! That guy almost got me like the last one did, but he somehow missed. Mr. Amazing my ass. What a freaking idiot. Dude dropped the... There's another one still? Man, you guys are dropping the ball today. You guys are... What happened? Where were you guys? I guess there were two other ones that were up there still that I forgot about. Crazy, crazy. Well, anyway, we killed them all. And I don't even think I took damage there. Or maybe if I did, it wasn't very much. Alright, so we killed the guy that was up there sniping. Now, I already know what happens here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Now, before we cross this, we want to throw these trip mines we picked up across that little ledge right there. Then go back to our regular grenades. And then our SMG. Actually, is there an assault rifle over here? Yeah, I'm just going to take the assault rifle for a moment. And we're going to step across. A big dude's going to bust through the door. We're going to use our grenade to trigger a chain event that sets off all of that. And now we're going to kill this heavy dude over here. Super easy. If you know he's coming and you set everything up. Lol. So yes, not only do they have regular dudes, they have heavies. And then later they'll have slightly less armored soldiers. But carry a wider variety of weapons. And then they have stealth guys. But I don't want to spoil those for you yet. I don't want to talk about what they're like. We'll get to it. Zenny, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Guys, if you didn't tell me how you're doing today, I'd love to hear. We could kill those guys, but I'm a little lazy. Sometimes I like to kill everyone as soon as I see them. It leans into all of it, but I would say that the enemies you're shooting are not the horror. The enemies are there to kind of give you something to progress through. Although there are some moments later where you fight horror-themed enemies. I would say the expansion is better about that. The expansion is a better blend of the action and horror. But this game is still constantly doing its best to scare you throughout the game, which I appreciate. The only other criticism I have, besides that one gameplay criticism from earlier, is there's like a character I don't like very much because he's kind of annoying. And a sequence where you're mostly going against turrets instead of enemies. But it's like one mission. And then you get turrets throughout the game after that, but they're not like the predominant feature of the game, which is nice. Quick saving. Getting some railgun ammo and body armor. Dropped down here by accident, but not bad because there's a reflex down here that I can pick up. But yeah, so even though there is a ton of action, the action is never treated as like, fuck yeah. Even though it feels like it, right? I would say that the game really tries to lean into like a sort of gritty angle, which I really appreciate. Because there's something about this game's atmosphere. I know atmosphere is a kind of vague term, but there's something about it where it starts off in a menial office, and there's effects for the paper flying everywhere, the CRTs flying off the hinges, not the hinges, off the desks and walls, electronics breaking, glass shattering, water splashing. The game does a lot to sell what it's going for on a visual level, and it also had amazing lighting for the time, which is perfect for a horror game. So I really appreciate that. There's just so much I love about this game. And the thing is, it's a nice entry to horror, because even though it's scary, I would say it's not the scariest thing I ever played. There are some really intense moments, though. But the thing is, I've played this game like literally 10 plus times, because it's not so long. Another creepy vision here. But yeah, there was a period of my life where I was just playing this game over and over again and like reloading the rooms and just like trying to find cool ways to kill the replica. The time for talk is done. Hush now, Mr. Moody. The time for talk is done. Here's a creepy little jump scare here. Ghost girl coming at us. I haven't said her name because the game hasn't revealed it to us yet. Her name's Alma. I can't help myself. Which is, by the way, a reference to an old ghost story. We go down the ladder. Boom. She's chilling with us. We go down the ladder. Double scare. Paxton's here. What? He's gone? He deserved to die. They all deserve to die. It is I love it. The red dress ghost is a huge trope in supernatural fiction, and I love it. Getting more radio broadcasts about what's going on. Dead guy over here with the shotgun. I wonder if the implication is that he shot himself, or if he tried defending himself but then got ripped apart there. I love how, not love, but it's really crazy how merciless the replica are. And they're showing emotion, but I think it's in a very base, instinctual way. But to think that clones can be vulgar without being emotional, aside from fear, they show fear and anger, and that's it. They don't show sadness. They don't show happiness. They only say shit like, fuck you, oh my god, shit, and where's he at? Let's go over here. This way. The voice actor, whoever did that, did a great job. By the way, there's like so many lines where they call out where you're standing. And that doesn't actually do anything because they're programmed to kind of just know where you went if they see you. We saw a ghost there. I love this amazing lighting sequence here, where these little hanging light bulbs are flying and casting light in different parts of the room. Door slam! What's that behind me? It's the creepy girl. Come on, make her push. I love this. I love all the blood. I love how it's on the ceiling now. We're walking towards this exit. A ghost! I shoot it. I turn around. Another ghost! I shoot it. I love this game so much. And I love this, like, poltergeist style activity it can do, where it can throw shit around. I say it, it's a she. Although the way they treat this girl in her backstory is so sad. And I would say they kind of botched how they handled her in the sequels. No matter how much I like the second game, I can't really defend certain aspects of it. Which is unfortunate because this game is so godly. This guy's not dead. Alma. We don't want the cannibal to find her. Origin? What's Origin, bro? Who's Alma and what's Origin? Rowdy's asking the right questions. Alright, they're gonna breach this area. They turn the lights off. Hit them with the fire extinguisher. They call when their guys fall down, which is awesome. We can't stop him! Get the shotgun out. Oh. I forgot about this guy. Nice try, Mr. Man. Oh. Now they came through that door. I knew that was going to happen, but I forget about this guy sometimes. Awesome. I love how, like, coming out of slow-mo while shooting, you can hear the speed of the bullet adjusting. And it's just a base sound effect. It's not like real time, actually. But it's just such a cool little feature. You can hear it zipping. And it's so awesome. Which, by the way, throwing the grenade in this spot is nice because there's a fire extinguisher here. The grenade will already kill them, but the fire extinguisher blows out this gas and causes extra physics. I forgot about this guy. Normally I'd run through here so fast I kill him, but I didn't know he came all the way down here. That was awesome. Let's get the shotgun out so we can have fun with that. Because I've been playing with the pistols a little bit more. Get that guy out of the way. Hit the fire extinguisher. Awesome. I wanted to see if that would stagger him, but I don't think it did. Uh-oh. They're calling out my spot. Wait, what? What happened? Oh, I guess my game's okay? What happened? It said something happened in my game, and then it closed, and then I had to open it back? Oh, that was a little nerve-wracking. Awesome. Normally I run through there, but it's not bad to hang back either. I'm gonna run over here. Ooh, ladder with the dead guy. There's some ammo. You could probably come up here and then go around, but I like to kill everyone as soon as I see them. That's just how I play. Another fun thing you can do is, I haven't mentioned this, but you can shoot grenades. Like, in the middle of the air, and give yourself a better explosion if you care enough to do that. You don't have to. It's not necessary. This is a little thing that I learned just by playing the game a lot. This part right here. There's going to be a squad of 4 guys that comes in. Or maybe it's 3, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And there's these, like, turbines or generators right here. You can kind of go up the side of them and then jump over them. It's weird, but I like to use it. So I'm going to try that real quick. Doink. Oh, beheaded that guy. Super nice. Oh, there's guys over here. This is where we start seeing the special operative guys. I like how they'll fall into each other like that. Super cool detail. And once one group knows where you are, they'll kind of try to get to you as quickly as they can so they can catch you off guard. Alright, alright. I don't remember how to get that reflex, but if we see the opportunity, we'll get it. You know what, I'm going to heal again and then grab this med kit. We've only died once, so I will say this is a little bit harder on console. The only way that you can play this otherwise is on 360 or PS3, which I don't know why you would, because it's cheaper on PC. By the way, if you buy this, get the GOG version. GOG version is fixed and not broken, which is nice. I never forget that guy right there. Awesome. I've memorized where all these guys are. Hello there, Surreal Savvy. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Hello, Finn. Thank you for stopping by. How are you guys doing today? I like that you're a shark, bruh. Baby shark. Doo 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 doo. Now, if I leave, I'm gonna miss the stimulant here. I said I don't care, but I do. I want to see if I can remember how to get to it. Because I can never make up my frickin' mind, bruh. So it might be behind us somewhere. How was your day? Oh, you know, just some work. Just a little bit of work and, doing my best. How about you? You said hello, and how about you? Are you doing okay? Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate it. It's very nice of you. But yeah, now I'm playing my favorite game ever. Well, one of them. Not the scariest to me anymore, but still probably my favorite horror game. Just for how effective it is, at least on a first go. The music, the voice acting, the guns, the sounds of the guns, the combat is all awesome. What am I missing here? Oh yeah, we'll just take the shortcut and leave. We don't need to get every upgrade. This is one of the weird moments where I think 1 of 2 times you drop down. No, I think it happens like 4 times, but 2 times you don't really notice when it's happening. But this is one of the 2 obvious times where you drop down and the game just loads. But it's whatever. They're doing what they can. By the way, this game when it came out was like the graphics testing game. You know how people talk about benchmarking and they're like, oh, can your game run this? In 2005, this was like probably one of the hardest games to... Not hardest, but one of the more intensive games of the era for even the resolutions at the time. So he's telling us that the replica are leaving and that Fettel's moving on from here. We need to go chase him. Gotcha, Rowdy. I'm glad I actually paid attention to his name this time. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I was crazy once. I was in a room. A rubber room. The rubber room was filled with rats. Filled with rats. Alright. Can I drop down here? Whee! I got hurt. That's okay. So, I'm actually going to show you guys this. We actually get a sneak peek of the stealth soldier here. The stealth replica. But I like to get him a little early. Doink, look at those physics. They're these creepy invisible guys with tubes on their backs that don't talk and crawl around and can go on the wall and on the ceiling. Well, not the ceiling, but they can crawl everywhere. It's crazy. Really fun enemy idea. Squad party. There's two guys over here. Woo! Alright, time to go upstairs. We're going through the water processing plant now. And the reason we came here, now that we're noticing it, I don't know if they've actually talked about it yet, because sometimes I just get a little lost in the chaos of the game. But, the waste in the water is leading towards their facility, and they also noticed that that's where Paxton's going. So we gotta go follow him towards the source. Little extra trip mine there. Very nice little goodie. We're about to come to another one of my favorite segments in the game. I always forget that they give me the sniper here. There's no traditional sniper rifle. Instead, they give us like a semi-automatic AUG. Which I would say I like the scope, but it's probably not my... It's probably my least favorite weapon in the game. And I don't even dislike it. I think it's okay. I just think it's okay. It's just not as engaging to use. Well, it's engaging, but it's also burst fire, which is weird. Here, I'll show you. Nice scope sound. Nice crisp scope sound. And not a bad gun sound, but I would say it's the least, bassy. The least bass boosted gun. And it's okay, but I like this railgun more. It's more practical for the heavy soldiers, and when you use it on normal enemies, actually I think it happens to the big guys too. It can pin them to the wall. I just haven't had a reason to use it yet because I normally save it for the big guys. We're gonna get him and then throw the grenade in here. Awesome. I've also memorized where all of these guys are. Hee hee! And there's one cool thing I want to do in a moment. So what I want to do here is, you know what? I'll use the railgun. There's two guys, and then a helicopter that's going to come in. I want to kill the two guys, and then throw a self-detonated explosive that way. Also, this thing is just as accurate. You just don't get to zoom in. And boom, he's stuck on the wall right there. Now we're going to pull out the explosives, the self-detonated ones, and throw them up here. Now, there's going to be guys that drop down from here. And even though this doesn't physically make sense, we don't take damage here. So we're going to wait for them all to drop down. Very nice. Now, guys are coming out of the door right there. I forgot about the third guy, not gonna lie. I do like snipers in single-player games, too. I love the... Okay, so I love... This is not a single-player game, necessarily, might be, but I love the Halo sniper. This guy thought he was gonna sneak up on me. This is the first area. We get a bunch of explosive barrels. Someone threw a grenade. I gotta be careful here. They somehow missed that, and it almost killed him. Amazing. Hi, Fox. Welcome to the stream. Hi, and Abigail, thank you for stopping by. How are you guys doing today? There's a heavy over here. We're gonna throw that at him. Direct hit, baby. And now we're gonna use a railgun to do a little more damage. That, he got stuck through his brain, bro. Throw that grenade in. Oh, I love how he falls over here. Yo. Uh-oh. No, no, no. I messed up. We gotta kill this guy. I'm running out of slow-mo. Actually, let's get out of here. Ooh, the first time I felt a little pressed. I got you. I got it, guys. No sweat. Awesome. I'm so sorry. I can't help but just say awesome every single time I just enter a new room. But that's because there's so much cool shit you can do. Oh, shit! Oh, he's not dead! Eek! You scared me, mister! Oh, okay. Big sigh of relief. Thank you for the butterfly necktie, that's my favorite! I super appreciate it. Look at this guy. Look at that 9-inch nail driven through his skull. Probably bigger than 9 inches, honestly. But I wanted to refer to a band I like. Hope you have a good stream. Thank you, Fox. Thank you so much for stopping by. And that's what she said. I want your 9-inch nail. Enemy gunship? No prob, Rowdy. No prob, Rowdy. We got a gunship? We're not worried about that. Not worried about that at all. Why can I not jump and crouch through here? I still have to crouch jump on that? That's ridiculous. Is there someone? No. But we're about to get to the part where there's some enemies dropping down from a helicopter. Am I fully reloaded on all my guns? I want to do that real quick. That's what she said. Alright, alright. I think we're good. He's too fast. I love how they sound in slow-mo, dude. He's too fast. Alright, here's a truck coming up. They're gonna have a heavy in it. Oh, there's a guy somewhere else. I gotta retreat. Owie, I got hit there really bad by one of the nails. Oh, these are guys that are alive. I couldn't see through the smoke. I'm gonna set up a mine here just so that no one sneaks up on me. Oh, I don't want to say anything in chat because I'm not playing with anybody. Oh, you came from the front. Now let's see if I can pull something a little fancy here. I'm reloading. Switch. Throw the trip mine out. No, they didn't bite. Maybe they see the trip mine. That guy's stuck. And I died. Oh my god. Reload. See? Easy as that. You just hit that button. You're back in the game. Now I'm waiting for the other guys to come out here real quick so that I don't waste as much time on them. I had 69 health for a second there. Nice. Oh, one more over there. Okay, and then we're going to finish off this big guy over here. See, he's not too quick to rush in. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, he's still over there. I'm going to save just so I don't have to deal with all that again. Are you going to push? No. I see him on the ground. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't mind using up all of my bar there. Oh, we got him on that last hit. So good. Stupid replica. You're just meat and bone. You're not a person. Which is so dehumanizing to think about, that they have literally the human body completely down to a mathematic that you can replicate, hence the replica, and make completely mindless until receiving orders via psychic messages. So imagine this. The cannibal guy is looking through the minds of all of these guys and giving them orders. And then they kind of spit it out with their limited military jargon. Little theory, I like to think that they swear because maybe that's just part of their mental programming was due to being studied from soldiers or having the data taken from guys like these dudes. Which they don't really explain too much about the replica, mostly just how they interact with Paxton. So there isn't... They do, but, you know, not in super detail. It's more so like what they're doing. And it's weird because we also don't hear anything about F.E.A.R. We just learn, oh, we're the supernatural guys, no one takes us seriously. Boom, we're in a crazy game. And then that's all we really get about F.E.A.R. And then the other two games, we don't see the F.E.A.R. organization ever again. It's just dudes. There's two guys in here. Oh. And we're gonna come back here. I don't need to play like this, but I love it. He didn't even know what hit him. Nor him. Nor him. Ophelia, welcome to the stream. The swearing is the dude controlling them getting tilted. Yeah, like a video game. There's just so many aspects of this game that I like to think about on an individual level. And then when I start thinking about it on a grander scale, I just start thinking, like, how did they come up with this? And that's the thing, it's not even that absurd, it's somewhat grounded. I say somewhat. You know, considering that there's ghosts and cannibals and psychics and gun fu, but we're the only one that seems to know gun fu in the world, right? We are just somehow so psyched up on supernatural crack that no one knows how we are able to operate like this. Like, no one else can do gun fu like me, dude. Boom. Oh, I love this game. Squad check-in. Did that kill him? Or did it just stun him? No, it didn't kill him. But he was hurt there, and he was trying to get away. So you don't have to program that in your AI. But it's cool when you do. Because it feels good to chase them down. He's just watching me. Knocked him on his ass. Oh. I just wish we could have more games like this. And the thing is, we did have a game like this called Trepang 2, but it's even less on the horror, which is fine. It leans way more into the action, which I like the action a lot, and I like that it's gritty and edgy. And it's kind of like what I would want from a F.E.A.R. sequel, honestly. But the reason I love this game so much is because of the ghosts, in addition to the sick gun fu. It's appealing to like two totally different sides of my brain that I never knew or thought would connect together at the same time. And we get this amazing soundtrack with weird, distorted kind of chants. One sounds like a younger female, the other is a deeper voiced male. Down here. Guys, whenever I get my hands on the shotgun and the dual pistols, I try to never let go. And then my second weapon, it usually varies. Who am I? Am I stupid? Hi, stupid. I'm Jankowski. Oh! Oh, there's a grenade here. Oh god. Get me out, get me out, get me out. Am I gonna die? We can actually ignore these guys and then drop down here. Which normally I would kill them, but I like that that's a thing you can do. Like, they let you play that scene out. You're either desperate to escape and you're running from the enemy, or you can kill them all and then just proceed. So, even though it's not like a huge choice, just having that little levity in your rather linear first-person shooter is really appreciated. Now it's getting dark. It's a little spooky. I love this weird sci-fi presentation right here. I don't know what chapter we're on. And we see the character I was talking about earlier. Something shifting over there. No one... That door's locked. We can't proceed. So this is a fun little segment here. Something's in the ceiling above us. And causing the lights to go out. Nothing in there. You can hear something crawling around up there. Now...
Stay out of my way.
Stay out of my way. I love that voice actor. I love Paxton so much.
The data's uploading now.
The data's uploading now.
There's a reference to something called Icarus. It
Icarus.
says here that it was a bioengineering program that started in 1973. Something about health issues related to
And here, we see the stealth soldiers for the first time. Ah, but... I think we killed him? I can't tell. I think he got away. But those panels that were falling off the ceiling there actually protected him. That was kind of cool. So the physics in this game are fun to work with. It's not that they prohibit or enable necessarily. They just happen to do those.
You have one new message.
First message from an outside number.
Peter, it's Carla at Hudson Avionics. Where is
Let's go kill stuff. Thank you for the 69. Nice. Thank you for the butterfly necktie red. I super appreciate that. Thank you for the white pen lights and the black pen lights. Look at them down there. Thank you so much. I super appreciate that. Alright, we're going to get our first combat sequence with the stealth dudes. Now, normally, I just want to show you guys that I already know where they are. You could walk all the way up here to the, where my mouse is, and then get jumped by them. There's one right here, invisible. Creepy. And they're not even fucked up monsters. But the way they operate is so twisted. I love it. They're just watching you, waiting for an opportunity to get you. There's another one in here, but I can't remember where. There he is. There's one more in here. Did I kick him? No, he's running. He was gonna try to roll through this, but I stopped him. I got him early. You have 3 new messages. And I would be throwing a grenade, but I don't really have any. You know what? Let's just save here and look at an explosion in a little office room like this. We're gonna set down a little trip mine right here. Oh, wait. I love seeing the boxes and the sparks and the paper right here. It's so awesome. The amount of detail that is in this game is just so ahead of its time. In every aspect of the game, whether it's the AI, the music, the story, which the story can be a little more critiqued, but I still really love the story of this game, just for what it is. It's not as out there as Silent Hill, but it's just solid and has some plot twists that I enjoy. Much in the vein of the early 2000s horror movies. There's always a twist. in the 3rd act or at the very end. Now I want to see an explosion in this room. We're just gonna do it. This is like my Stardew Valley, okay? Also, a phone machine got stuck in the ceiling, and it has physics when I shoot it. It's like a piñata. Now that normally doesn't happen, but I'm happy I saw it. It makes me happy. It makes my heart smile. Just looking around here. Found some guns, grenades. And sometimes when I first started this game, I would get confused what to do, but you actually jump up here. And I like how they're talking about possible terrorism. Like, whatever is happening here is so bad, they just don't know how to describe it. Because they don't understand what or who could be doing that without the information being disclosed. Alright, now we're going to have another invisible person segment here. Dropping from the ceiling. I'm going to let him jump at me. Oh, he actually chose to dodge instead of continue jumping. Nice. How are you doing, Yoshi? Thank you for liking the stream, Rat King. It's a pleasure to have you. Data time.
Looks like the Icarus program got shut down in favor of something called Perseus.
Icarus and Perseus. There's all these different programs getting opened and shut down. And long story short, which we'll hear more about from other data, but they're just different projects assessing the strength of certain psychics and if they're able to lead the replica. Now we're going to take a little shortcut here and then ambush. These guys coming up. Oh wait, I guess they're not here yet. Because of Norton? Where's Norton? Oh yeah, here he is. This guy is so... I don't really like this guy. He's supposed to be the comedic relief. And he's something akin to one of the antagonists in Jurassic Park 1. Like the big guy in the Hawaiian shirt who's a disgruntled employee, who's a security specialist that lowers the security to leak information. That is literally this whole character, but more annoying. And more incel energy. And he makes a return, even though it's implied he dies at the end, in one of the expansions. But it's voiced by a different guy. It's weird. And fans of the series always comment, why did he come? Why did they feel the need to bring him back? In fact, a lot of people were happy when he died, because this guy's responsible for the death of a lot of people. So, fuck Norton. All my homies hate Norton. Okay? I mean, I find him a little endearing just because I like the game. But all my homies hate Norton. Okay? That is one of the things there's no exceptions for. This is one of my favorite... Okay. This is one of my favorite arenas in the game. There's this area that kind of flanks behind us. Hey, Erica, how are you doing? What's up? Amia, welcome to the stream. Are you doing okay? There's this little arena below us with a weird semi-futuristic kind of design for where you'd put your plants. I don't know why it's like in the center of the room like this and there's stuff blocking off, whatever, but I like how it is from a gameplay level. And then the area we need to progress to has more dudes in another room where they have cover behind tables, and it's really nice. So I'm going to make a little quick save here. I like to snipe that guy and get the quick hit in, and then move in, so I can keep them all kind of close-ish together. Oh! We're gonna hit them with a grenade. Oh, that's not a grenade, that's a trip mine. I gotta get out of here. Oh, die, motherfucker. They'll insult you. Beheaded. Fatality. Look at all the paper flying. That's so good. Hello there, welcome to the stream, Obito. Bum, bum, bum. Boop, ba, boop, ba. I love this soundtrack. I love how it's sometimes more passive and creepy. I like how sometimes it builds up a little. Occasionally, it will lend itself to orchestral instruments. And it's hard to even say that it would be industrial, but I guess I would qualify it as industrial. But it sounds more like it's making use of just kind of making sound with steel. I don't, and there's a certain elaborate instrument they use that looks insane that I've never seen before for some of the soundtracks. But yeah, this soundtrack isn't of this planet. I heard they're coming out with a FNAF chapter for DVD. Yup, happening soon. Hopefully in the summer, because I want it so bad. Alright, so we're about to get flanked here. They're going to come in over there, but I opened this area up earlier. And we're going to wait for them to walk into the room. And I'm hiding in the darkness, like freaking Batman, bruh. Wait here! Come on. They will walk in eventually. Awesome. There's a few more guys up ahead. Just taking cover and quick saving so I don't have to do all this shit again. Oh, that was a little early. Oh, I'm right next to the fire extinguisher. I'm so screwed. Fire extinguishers can also hurt you, so you gotta be careful. Whew. Hardest difficulty, by the way. That's the thing. I feel like if you just played it a little bit, you could probably get through the game pretty easily, even though it's on the hardest difficulty. It's just balanced. It's just nice and balanced. No bullshit. They can kill you quickly, you kill them quickly. Fair game. You know? And the real difficulty is learning how they're not stupid and will try to fuck with you. Like that. I didn't even see that guy. I thought I killed that guy. Playing as Springtrap William Afton would be pretty tight. I hope that there's a Foxy skin in some capacity. That would be very cool. I need to play FNAF 4. That game is just so scary. Maybe for the killer Springtrap, aka William Afton. I don't know who the survivor is going to be. Please! Please make a Markiplier legendary skin. Where whenever you're running around with him, he's like, hey, everybody, it's Markiplier. I don't care your criticisms of Markiplier. I love him. He's so... I have very fond memories of him. Creepy ghost girl walking around up in the hallway up there. Lots of blood splattered all over the wall. It's dark. I think this is a moment where Paxton haunts us a wee bit. And we get our first hell vision from him.
You've seen her, haven't you?
You've seen her.
She is the
He's talking to us specifically now. He's not just quoting stuff and giving us visions. He's like technically here.
from her, and I was born from her.
And he's her son.
But we are one.
So that's why they're working together. That's her child. And they were both experimented on by this military company that made the clones. We're gonna open this door here. And we're gonna get our first up-close look of Alma's true form. You can miss that, by the way. Her chilling in the corner, giggling there. Oh, there's another ghost coming at me. I'm reloading. Oops. Awesome. Survivors is probably Michael Afton or Henry Emily. Are you emo? No, I'm a golf.
Floating in darkness.
No contempt held, though.
Unborn. Soon I will find
The unborn in the womb.
her free.
So his goal is to find her and let her loose. That's why they're going through Armacam. So he's not even the tip of the iceberg. He is but a mere servant for the greater cause of letting Alma out. And this whole scene is awesome right here. Blood on the ceiling, blood on the floor, vaporized skeleton man. If we look over here, Alma's watching us again. This is the first time we hear that she's a super psychic.
I don't see any bullet
But
holes.
she's like,
There's no brass
I
lying
sense
around either.
anger.
These guys will
And then
find
our
out.
communications guy's like, that's great.
I
But
don't
can you
know.
tell us something more practical?
Buddy, get moving. Battle's gotta be
And it's so sad because, like, you can tell...
I'm not even sure where to start.
How the fuck did they catch up with you? Well, they're probably just going through different parts of the facility. We're getting sent to, on the direct path of Paxton. They're probably coming up in our wake.
Maybe a chemical agent?
And she's theorizing what could have even done this. She's like, is it a chemical agent? You can see the blood dripping from the ceiling. And I love that this is kind of like a crime scene now. Like she's walking around with this photo camera, taking pictures of everything. I love that. She's got her backup right here. I think this section's closed off. Yeah, so I have to go in the elevator. I used to, like, I'm telling you, even when I had beaten this game like 8 times, I didn't really want to stop playing. Like, I just loved it so much, and I still love it. I've always wanted to play it on stream. A couple of times I would sit in here and wait for her to come over, and then try to take screenshots of when the camera was going off, so that the room was, like, slightly more lit. And then, I don't know if I still have it, but I remember trying to take a screenshot of when I just ran in, with Alma standing up there, and her and the guy, like, chilling in the room. If only we could talk and be like, by the way, a creepy ghost girl is following me. I think that's the Alma they're talking about, but no. It's almost like we literally can't talk. At all, for some reason. Can I not go in the elevator? I guess I do have to go this way. If only we weren't Gordon Freeman and we can talk. But no. I didn't mean to pause the game there. I would like to see who the survivor is in the FNAF DLC. By the way, there's a new survivor out, and it's an original character, not a licensed one, and they're trans. So I think that's nice. But their perks look fucking busted. Their perks look insane. At least one of them does. There's a perk that gives everyone a super speed boost if someone takes a protection hit. Protection hit can mean basically just getting hit when you're near a friend. Oh, he's right next to me. Ow, ow, ow. I fucked up there a little bit. Got him! Making a little quick save. Why you can't talk? Is it the Sixth Sense plot twist? I like to think that it's implied it's because of the plot twist, but it's never specified. I think what really is canonically explained is his physics. Like the slow-mo and the martial arts and everything. That's somewhat explained. And the reason we're able to link up and see these psychic visions. So in a way, we have something similar to what our other comrade there has, which is the ability to get these insights in the first place. But she probably feels it a little more specifically and intensely.
You have one.
I love how this
First,
wallpaper lights up this room.
Marshall Disler. Looks like you were right.
And it's cool because sometimes when we pick up these phone calls, not everyone at Armacam is aware of what's going on. But, as Paxton said earlier, They all deserve to die. So, guilty by association. Apparently this company has done such terrible things to Paxton and presumably his mother that he no longer thinks they deserve mercy. Granted, that could also be due to the severe isolation that is altering his state of mind. Or altered his state of mind. We're now seeing the heavier armored guys for the first time. These guys are pretty tough. Oh, wow. Nice job, dude. Took me down with a shotgun blast. To be fair, I needed to heal there, and I didn't. Awesome, got 2 over there. Help! Here we find our first hostage of the game. We're gonna help him out of here.
Finally! Can you do something about these bombs?
Dude is fucked up. And also, this is pretty intense imagery. This bomb vest that's attached to him. Crazy. We gotta talk to him real quick, and we're giving him a headpiece to chat with. This isn't the only time we just hand off a headpiece. So I like to wonder, does Point Man, my character, my unnamed Point Man character, does he just have a bunch of head links to just hand out to people? Like, do they go in with backups? Because, good idea, in case one of them breaks, but I can't help but think that might be a little expensive. Because we're assuming that this technology is pretty high-end, right? So it's gotta cost something. So we're gonna come back for dude over here, but we need to continue. Also, I haven't switched my weapons yet, which is nice, because I really like pistol, railgun, shotgun. Now, I will say, I was wrong earlier, because I forgot to mention it. That AUG isn't the only sniper. I'm kind of going to spoil it. We might get it soon, but I can't remember how long it takes for us to get to it. There is an awesome long-range gun in this game, and it's a laser gun. And it vaporizes basic enemies in one hit. And it's awesome. It's literally a skeletonifying sniper rifle laser beam. And it has a great sound effect, too. So that's probably one of my other favorite weapons in the game, even though it's not, like, really realistic. But shotgun, double pistols, laser, because it's so much fun. And it's an answer for everything. Because pistols are good for close and long range, medium range, sniper for super long range and clearing out a bunch of guys with long range guns, shotguns for moments like this. Now there's gonna be some dudes that come in here. Oh, that didn't kill you? That is bullshit, dude. And I already know where some of them are gonna be at. I forgot about these two on the left over here. That guy already had his hands up. Here's some other guys over here. Oh shit, I'm right in front of the heavy. Uh-oh. Oopsie daisy. I'm running to get some cover here. This is the first time in a while I've had to use a couple of health kits. I'm gonna throw a grenade here. Awesome. Is this the one with our buddies in it? Yes, it is. That is such a bad idea if we're talking real combat, right? Hello, Misty. Welcome to the stream. Hola, Shiloh. How are you doing?
Unfortunately, no.
I guess we're gonna have to improvise.
Because you should tell me you're coming. No, don't take that out of context, but you should tell me if you're coming towards me. Because I could have just blown you away, dude. I could have been totally guilty of friendly fire even though I can't shoot you. Hello there, Cat Devil. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. How are you doing today? Sorry, I had to double check and make sure you weren't my friend Plant Devil. Good to see you, though. Hope you're doing okay today. So we got to lead them back to the hostage.
Man, I should have called in sick today.
Man, I should have called in sick today. I like his Aliens-esque dialogue. And I love how he's already coming out of the room by
You the bomb
wheeling with his chair.
Right. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Don't worry, you'll
Just
be
get
fine.
this shit off me. Please.
Whoever rigged
Sus
this is
Vine
definitely
Boom
broke.
face.
It's supposed to make me feel better.
It is fun to just kind of shoot them in the face, even though they don't get affected by anything.
Triggered at a security office on that floor.
Alright, the security has been triggered.
Elevators back
We've
online.
got to go investigate what's going on so that we can turn the elevators back to,
Bishop, do you have any idea why you were
we
taken
need to make them available again.
They were asking about Harlan Wade. Me and his daughter Alice are on the same task force.
They're asking about Harlan Wade. Harlan Wade is the CEO of the company,
Nobody told us what it's
or the lead scientist of the company.
our office is in the executive.
And we've seen him in a vision. He's the one with the glasses and the mustache. This guy works with his daughter. So we're trying to work our way up this chain and get to the people who know about this project and learn some stuff in the game. I already know everything that's going to happen. I love these orange lights here.
You have one message. First message from
I know who you are. I know who you are, Alma. She's just chilling, being a chill gamer. Just vibing. Just a ghost in the moment. Let's have a staring contest.
end of messages.
Okay. I need to trigger something so I can... She's walking towards me.
Great. The elevators
I love her little bloody footsteps
security gates are all shutting.
coming from over the,
Find another way to the room.
by that closed elevator.
Can you guys escort Mr. Bishop?
Now I want to get my shotgun back, because I didn't mean to drop that. That's my baby girl. Now, objectively speaking, the Halo 1 shotgun's probably the best FPS shotgun of all time next to Doom. But in my opinion, this is the best one. I love how it looks, I love how it sounds, I love how it feels to use. The shotguns in the other games, F.E.A.R 2 and 3, suck. At least in F.E.A.R 2 it sucks. It sounds like crap, it's not as effective, it doesn't do as much damage. And it doesn't make sense. Like, why does my shotgun do less damage than, like, my SMG sometimes? Not all the time. Like, if you're super close, you kill them, but... This gun is surprisingly effective at longer ranges. And another reason I like this game is because they would fuck this up with later sequels, unfortunately. I love this Falling Dead guy. There's just a body of them. There's just a pile of bodies down here. They've just been dumping it for hours, probably. Just disposing of the Armacam employees. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. But yeah, the following sequels will just kind of get worse. It's so weird to see such an almost perfectly crafted piece of media on the first go. Obviously, this company made other games before this, and those games had varying quality. But to start a new series so strong, and then to drop the ball so hard, and harder each time, it just made me so sad how the series turned out. Like, really, 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 really sad. And now Warner Bros. Game Studios is gone. And we'll probably never get anything. Ever. Which, honestly, I don't even think this game needs a remaster. But, God, it would just be nice to see some modern-day updates to the game and see what it looks like with new settings, you know? As far as I'm aware, there's only, like, one mod that improves graphics, AI, and, the gore, somewhat. That's it. And most of the time, things are reshades, but I don't really like reshades. I think this game looks perfect the way it looks already. I've heard some people say it looks dated. Kiss my ass. I'm normally not that up front. This game looks amazing for when it came out. And to some degree, it still looks amazing to me. Like, this lighting is insane. The particle effects are insane. Awesome. Oh, his buddy's over here. I love how he's stuck by the arm, and not even one spike. Two. One through his elbow right here, and then one through his wrist, and one through his head. This guy couldn't get a break, huh? Wait, where's my other gun? Oh, it wasn't switching. Oh, because I had the gun out already. Hee hee. Just taking some cover real quick. Oh, the lighting is defo good, as are some of the physics. I think it's the building. It's the... Is it the design of the building? You know, people say that. I can, to some degree, empathize. But I like that it's so grounded in some ways. Like, it starts off being somewhat believable. Like, these soldiers who are part of a secret group come in, and they're walking through somewhere we could have gone to. What if you were working for Armachem? What if I was working... What if you were down in this situation? You know? Obviously, you could try to project yourself in any situation, any story. But I work in an office that looks like some of these spots. You know? And it's just almost uncanny. Obviously, there are elements of the map that are designed to be fun for gameplay. And we do get progressively weirder with the locations and get more sci-fi. That's the thing. Later sequels, even though they did boost some of the map design, enemy design suffered a lot too because they made them slightly more cartoony with like each game. Like in the second game, you should see it. They look like they're in Cyberpunk. And it's such a disappointment. And it's much like Fallout is like a distilled version of like futuristic 50s. This, in a way, is like a distilled version of futuristic 2000s. Because there's still CRT monitors and chunky laptops, but there's also laser guns and mechs and these giant red visors. But it's not too much. Not for me, anyway. And also, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I personally love the setting of this game. And how it gets progressively crazier. Did I miss someone behind me? No, I didn't. And it also leads to lots of creative fights. Because, like, at the time, most fights were, like, in, like, I guess Max Payne, Call of Duty, so theaters of war, or the outdoors. But this is a very intimate look on the inside of, like, offices, water plants, and there's something so bleak about the setting. Like, everything is work-related. You know, these people probably worked until they were murdered by a cannibal ghost man. And they're not trying to be evil, but they contributed to this horrific beast. And it's a weapons manufacturer. Remember, this is early 2000s, right? Them and welcome to the stream. The main antagonist of this game is not just the ghosts, but the military-industrial complex. And we're part of that, too, as our character. We're just a heartless killing machine that's kind of absorbing the story as the other, more empathetic characters are moving through. And I like colorful games, too. I think in this time period I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and Shadow of the Colossus. I like how Shadow of the Colossus can be colorful, but I also like that there are elements of the game that are a little dreary to look at. Which, I appreciate the variety in that game. I haven't played it yet, but I remember hearing about it all the time growing up, and I'm like, I want to play that game! Maybe we could play it on stream sometime. I could just emulate the PS2 version. Ooh, we're about to get to a part I really like. Oh, I didn't kill him with that. How are you doing, Vemin? Are you doing okay? Sorry, I asked the same question twice.
I've got a visual on the chopper.
And then, I guess, there's an element of this game that is like the total evisceration of normality. Just this mundane existence that we all live, being completely turned over by one of the worst psychic powers known to this version of this world, right? Not that I want to see offices I know get blown up, but imagining it is cool. Imagining the places you know getting absolutely destroyed is both exciting, but also a little intimidating to kind of put yourself in this scenario. Like, what if I was one of these hapless office workers, and then all of a sudden supernatural ghosts and clones just rip me in half? And yes, these are technically supernatural clones. They're being controlled by a psychic, so... And the theory is if the psychic gets killed, you're an FBI agent right now. Oh, they actually accidentally threw the grenade. Did that kill his friend? No! It didn't kill his friend. That's weird, though. I played that part a little sloppy, but who cares? You're FBI agent right now. We're a F.E.A.R agent. First Encounter Assault Recon. Okay, that's what it stands for. FBI is a different branch. We're spooky FBI. Imagine how cool this would be if we were a Mulder type character that could talk, but we also knew gun fu and how to use guns. But yeah, there's just something about this game, like, it's a celebration of the visuals, but I don't know if it necessarily glorifies violence, like violence is used as horror in the game. And the idea that you're sort of dehumanizing what is essentially people, the clones, but they're not, because they don't think like we do. But in every other essence other than sentience, they're a human being, and we're just murdering all of them. And by the way, now we're killing actual human beings. Now, the people of the company that we came to help are attacking us. And you might have missed it, but that helicopter had the hostage that we just saved, and they sniped him and killed him. So all of a sudden, the people we came here to help are now sending security guards to kill us? For real? Like, why? How deep does this go? Oh, and I totally died like an idiot. Those meanie heads. They killed the dude. Yeah, you can see that they got shot, and he's like trying to crawl in there, but he falls limp. Now I should be a little more careful here because there's a sniper on the other side, kind of overlooking everything. So they have high ground here. So, but instead of like running up that main way they want me to go, I'm gonna go this way and try to rush through here and get inside first. They confirmed that they killed the guy they were looking for. Where'd that come from? And so in a way, it's also interesting to hear regular humans react to our godly abilities. That's another thing I really like about this, is the reactions of the enemies. It's very empowering. Because in a way, while the player feels fear because of the supernatural, the enemies fear us, right? I like the push and pull dynamic. Well, there's multiple dynamics throughout the game in theme, but I love it. Dude got obliterated. Literally owned Victory Royale mode. I forgot about you. He got mystified. Dude got turned into Kool-Aid and spaghetti. That guy probably had a family. I also love when games point that out. In Max Payne, there's like a scene where there's these two goons around a corner. They're like, I'm not a mean guy. I just come here to collect my paycheck, you know? And then you dive in slow-mo style and murder them. Oh, that was awesome. I got 2 in 1 there. I got a discount on my murder. Also, we are quite far in the game already. Can I not go across here? Does it? Oh yeah, I fall down. Okay, got you.
Signal's breaking up.
So for a moment, we get separated from our homeboy. Honestly, I could probably... Actually, I don't know. Maybe I could beat this tonight? Because when you know what to do, this game isn't that long. So here the game baits us. We have to shoot this. But it's actually going to explode and push us out. And back into the water. Climb back up. Thanks for chilling with me so long, Ghost Gen. By the way, I'm so sorry. I've been talking about my game so much. I wanted to ask, did you have an okay day at work today? Thank you for listening to me rant about this. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and chilling. Froggy, if you're there still, I hope you're doing okay today. But yeah, the unapologetic violence just kind of adds to this feeling that the whole game is just a meat grinder. With a plot. Not in the same way that Doom is, where you're just completely running through the monsters. You can still do that in here. But there are things more powerful than us at work. Was only in for 4 hours today. Was home by midday. Well, that's nice. Do you have to go in early tomorrow, or do you have a regular schedule tomorrow? Our breakaway collapsed, so we have to go down here. Late tomorrow. Gotcha, gotcha. What do you prefer? I'm assuming late. Just curious. Oh, I can't go that way, so I need to go behind here. Oh wait, we came from here, right? No, we didn't. Okay. 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow, and yeah, late preference. I got you, I got you. How are the rats today? I think there's a skelly here. Yay, another skeleton! So I actually never thought of this. I was always like, huh, this always just stuck to me as like part of the game where a skeleton comes out of the ceiling. And I never really thought about it, but there was probably a survivor up here that got pink misted by Alma. Which, by the way, back in the day, Alma used to be an icon. Alma used to be revered by gamers. But no one really knows about it anymore. You know? Because the game, on a graphic level, has been outclassed by a lot of games by this point. And the story only really super delivered on this one. The other two games are arguable at best. Jankowski. Left her in darkness. They left her to die. So we get a little hint at what happened to Alma. She's left in a dark place. And they just let her die. They didn't kill her. Not specifically via lethal injection. They just left her. And the darkness implies that she's sealed. So they just... When they decided they were done with Alma, they just locked her up and called it a day. You know? So, we're already getting an idea of the mistreatment Alma has endured, right? And that's something that... This was my first game to kind of instill that idea when I was younger. Because I had seen, like, violent horror games. But this was the first game that implied, like... And obviously it's implied. We don't see child abuse. But we're just told about it in a very matter-of-factual way. That she never had any freedoms. And never had any choice. And they just subject her to all this experimenting. So, you begin to understand, not necessarily encourage, well, I would encourage, because she didn't deserve any of that. But on a moral level, it kind of makes you start questioning your allegiance in this whole ordeal. Because obviously, the ghost isn't friendly. But neither is the company we were sent to protect, you know? And for some reason, she's afraid of us. I can't open that door there. We have to go back around. So this is where the classic Onryo story style starts coming in a little bit more. The vengeful spirit. Like, this game, I played this game and I was like, I loved the ghost imagery. I need more ghosts. How do I get more? And then I was like, oh, The Grudge? Okay, I'll watch that. The Ring? I saw the American Ring. Time to watch the Japanese one. You know? And it just was... It has ever since then been a beautiful change in my life. And I also find that I'm not as squeamish with all this stuff anymore. Oh my god, they almost hit me directly with a grenade there. So grenades explode on contact with the enemy here. They also explode on contact with you. So you gotta be careful. Oh, he's over there. Hello, River. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Zoe. Thank you for becoming a follower. Awesome. I believe, if I'm correct, it's anywhere from 13 to 15 chapters in this game. I don't remember off the top of my head. And we're about to see which chapter. Actually, I could probably just save right quick. Does it not show me the number of the chapter? I guess not. Whenever we encounter the nerdy guy in the turret section again, I would say... Yes, we're literally already halfway through the game. I've just been rushing, dude. Well, maybe slightly under halfway. I would say maybe, like, after this we're halfway. But we're already there, dude. I can't remember if it's anywhere from 12 to 15. I said 13 to 15. I'm not entirely sure. He's stunned here. Get the shotgun guy real quick. Get the heavy armor. Oh, what? Wow. See, sometimes they just know how to drop you. Maybe I'll save my grenade and shoot these two guys. I'm gonna take a healing kit here. Poor kiddo. Also, hello there. Dill, welcome to the stream. Cool name, cool avatar. Appreciate you stopping by. Endymion, welcome to the stream. Endymion, sorry if I read that wrong. Oh, the other one came in. He's calling for reinforcements, so he's all by himself. Nice. Whoa, first encounter assault recon, you know it! I had another friend that would stop by a while ago. I like that despite your crazy abilities, you're still very squishy. Exactly. And there's only one of you. And there are times where there's like 8 of them. That, like, the stakes of combat keep getting more and more intense the farther in the game you get, and eventually they get more gear. Eventually they get the laser guns. They get the rail guns. Well, obviously they've already had the rail guns. The shotgun guys are especially deadly. The AI for the enemies is so good also. Big agree. Big agree. This game was literally revolutionary for AI. There's like videos. I couldn't even be further from the truth by saying revolutionary. Because before this, there wasn't really anything like it with the AI.
Hello? Oh.
And it's unfortunate that most people don't continue these practices and would rather make almost every shooter be like Ding Dong Baby level. Which, and that's the thing, this game isn't even that hard, it's just got good enemies. Big agree, yeah. And I say that, but those games can still be good, it's just, it's a shame that there's not more like it. I totally ignored well, I don't really care that he's fat necessarily. I just totally loathe this character. He's just so fucking annoying. And he's so out of place in this game. Like, if it wasn't for him, and it wasn't for a few nitpicks, and some elements of the story that I wish were developed more, like the plot twist we're gonna get later. Don't spoil it, Endymion, please, because we have some people that don't know the plot. But I appreciate you chatting. Thank you, thank you. Super appreciate it. I could honestly probably beat this game, like, tonight if I really tried. Yes, he annoys me. Good to see you, though, Mama Dorothy. What are you doing here? So, yeah, the name of this mission is Sayonara Sucker. And also, I didn't mean to come back to him. This was an accident. There's bags of snacks. This character must be a legend of trolls. This guy is like what I envisioned for your average Discord mod or Reddit mod or 4chan user, right? Also, his belt buckle says RTFM. I don't know what that means. But when we come in here, he's like holding the cactus up like there's some kind of stand over there, and then he realizes it's me, right? So that's like not that funny. I mean, it's funny that he thought it would work. Read the freaking manual. A fat bastard. Yeah, actually he kind of does. I never thought of that. Not the 4chan user. I know. By the way, that's the shotgun shell that just came out of my gun, by the way. That's gone. Like, you can literally see them bounce off of the stuff. I don't know if you saw it. It bounced off of this couch here. But yes, even though he's hiding with the cactus and pretending to be like a nightstand, he just left his Cheetos everywhere. It's like if anyone... And then there's one right here. If any enemy thinking critically came in here and saw these, they would probably inspect and be like, the details in this game are amazing. Yes, I just don't like this guy. And honestly, there's another character that I think is like a little annoying later, but I don't hate her. It's just a lot of the regular human characters in this game are kind of either rude or underdeveloped. This is one of my favorite combat sequences in the game. I'm gonna throw a grenade over here. Because there's a guy hiding in this corner. And it blew up the fire extinguisher right there. We're coming in here. Best part of the soundtrack, this intense piano. They're coming in soon. Yeah, run! Run, motherfuckers! Hi, Dollface. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Boom! Doink! Sucker. I love the skill expression in this game that you don't even need to have to beat the game and have fun. But the way that you can just go about being some kind of insane action hero while still also having things to fear in the game. It's just such a rush of, like, adrenaline. Not super, obviously, like, I don't feel in danger, but everything about the game just excites me in different ways. They want to flank me, but they're not gonna. Look at the blood all over the wall here, too. Amazing. I'm gonna heal and grab this med kit. That jump kick is one of the best melee in gaming. Big agree. Big agree, bro. Oh, and they never replicated it, ever. For some reason, this game's the only one with really good melee. And the other games just totally fucked it up. And had no good melee, and just totally robbed the game of its potential. I'm trying to shoot this guy, but I guess that's plexiglass that I can't shoot through. I'm just trying to get out of here. I don't necessarily need to kill them. Awesome. Hello, how do I read that? Dollface, thank you for liking the stream. Are you doing okay? Cool, Avatar. I am frying chicken wings. That sounds delicious. Can we have some? Wait. What is it? It was RTFM. I don't know what that means. I imagine that's some kind of epic pwn language from the early 2000s, but I don't know what it means. And yeah, there's some Xbox 360 achievements for this that definitely date it. It's not the visuals or the story or the gameplay that date this game. It's the Xbox 360 ports achievement titles Because there's one where the title of the achievement is Epic Pump Shoddy Ownage. And I'm like, okay. You played Quake. Oh, that's what RTFM means? Yeah, okay. Okay, I guess I don't hate him as much now. But still. Like, wearing that? What a legend. Okay, Norton, maybe you're not so bad after all. Maybe because Norton's a freaking gamer, Lois, we can give him a pass. For the first time in this whole playthrough, I've been a little confused on where to go. He literally is proto-Discord mod. Okay, proto-Discord mods are like AOL chatters and, game torrenters. That's what I would assume. WoW players. WoW players. WoW players used to be the, like, version of that for games. Now, WoW is such a broad spectrum of gamer. But back in the day, it was kind of more of a specific kind of person. What am I doing wrong here? What did I miss? Why am I confused here? I've been breezing through the game, and now I can't remember where to go. Do I go back to the elevator? No, I have to look for Norton, don't I? I think that's what I have to do, because Norton was like, hey, go ahead and flip a thingamajig. Which we did, because he's a coward and not a god gamer like we are. I didn't mention it earlier because I was so excited just talking, but there's a guy whose legs are coming out of a vent. Sayonara, sucker! So we basically did his dirty work there. And he left us. He has no intent of actually helping us. If anything, we probably shot ourselves in the foot helping him. Like, the scenarios in this game are so much fun. Just all the plotting. I love. Do I not need to go here? Did I mess up? Hello, Lucifer. Good luck to see someone playing F.E.A.R. I love F.E.A.R, dude. Hold on. I'll follow you real quick. Endymion. Okay, so there's a line I also forgot to make note of earlier. When we're getting dropped off in the helicopter, I gotta say this before you go. There's a scene where a Marine goes, I live for this shit! And then another one of his squad mates goes, keep your dick in your pants. I met someone on here because they came into my stream as that was happening, and before they said the line, the person in the stream was like, keep your dick in your pants. And I was like, oh, you know that line? What a little badass, I know. Hey, Mama Dorothy, thank you for liking everybody. I super appreciate it. This is the longest stream I've had in a while. And let that say something. I love all the games I play. Obviously, it's only longer by like 20 minutes, but I seriously have like a burning passion for this game. Give Paxton Fettle a good one for me. We will. We will, Endymion. I might not finish this tonight, so we might finish the game tomorrow, because this isn't a very long game.
Perfect.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. See this button? I wonder what this does.
He's gonna press a button, and a turret's gonna come out here.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. Look at that little waddle he has. Fuck you, Norton. Guys, can we get an F Nort in the chat, please? Just so I'm not the only one that hates Norton. Thank you, Ghost Gen. The sound on the turrets is great too. Stop, bro. It's just gonna murder me. Okay, we finally get a moment. Sick. Now, we can't progress this way. We actually have to go back. And this isn't actually connected to what happens, but a little spot opens up around here after engaging with him. Or did I go the wrong way? Yeah, no, it's open. Cool. I want to see if I can at least get to the elevator segment, because the elevator segment's probably one of the actual funniest scenes in the game, without being, like, stupid. Bun, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I'm also good news is new Turok game. New Turok. Interesting. Okay, so there's more security turrets. Just shooting can alert them. Much like regular enemies. We're going to run across here. And take cover. And then turn off the power. So we don't have to worry about that turret anymore. We don't have to waste ammo on it. I sometimes forget you can do that. And I'll just run through. And dodge them all.
Here's some more info about Fettel.
So Fettel was developed at Origin. Origin is what that first eaten up guy was talking about.
Fettel was the second, and there was never a
Fettel was made through Origin. Alma was involved in Origin. So the implication is that they're specifically going to get revenge on the people behind Origin. Him and Alma. Which, in a way, I appreciate that I can somewhat sympathize with the villains on some level. I do not empathize with the mass murder of all the innocent people. But if you were tortured for 30 years and your DNA was just taken without your consent and you were just forced without pay to learn how to control an army of soldiers, I think you would be pissed off, right? Tell me I'm wrong. Turok Origin, that's cool. And that's the thing. There's always this kind of... How do I even say this feeling I get when I talk about these kinds of ghost stories? I want to say mournful. I don't know if that's the right word. Everything's just so unfortunate. Like, the character, the ghost didn't deserve to die, but then, you know, the person who became the ghost can no longer control themselves in the afterlife and is just perpetually lashing out at whoever is nearby. Villains are just heroes with darker backstreet than their psyche can handle. Sometimes, I would say maybe like anti-heroes are like that. Villains can just be bad. And I would say Paxton has gone over the acceptable limit. Alma is borderline justified, but, you know, without the violence, I would say. Because she knows that everyone who wronged her probably deserves it on some level. Now, whether they should get it is subjective opinion. The whole situation is just so unfortunate and bleak. Hello, T. How would you like to be called now? Smart. It's... Oh, hi, Gothic Turtle. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to miss you. Thanks for stopping by, Mama Turtle. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. I'm playing my favorite horror game of all time. I like this game as a horror game because it's a little more digestible horror. Visage I loved because it scared me so much. I like just having a random conversation while I'm under a hail of bullets. But, yeah, I seriously just love everything about this game. I think it's a very digestible piece of horror, whereas Visage, I would say, is very difficult with some of its puzzles. It's very esoteric with what it wants from you, and it's hard, and it's, in my opinion, maybe some people are totally desensitized, probably some of the most, like, difficult to handle mentally in the moment of, like, the pressure it's putting on you and how scary everything is. It can be hard for me to go and do what the game wants when I'm under that much pressure in Visage. Whereas this game is, as I said earlier, a push and pull between your own power, right? Like, in some ways, you get to have your power fantasy fulfilled, but in other ways, you're witnessing a greater power. That's what I love about the combination of action and supernatural together. And there's so many elements of the story, too. Like the idea of, you know, the government funding the military-industrial complex. Just totally abusing human rights, you know. But then you have the more esoteric stuff like the soul, the idea of how it lingers. And I would say, in a way, it's somewhat inspired by the novelization of The Ring named Spiral, which takes a heavily more science fiction approach to the supernatural by explaining Sadako as like a kind of mental virus. In a way, something mimetic. Hoshido Kotaro, welcome to the stream. Demon Wolf Fox, thank you for stopping by. Then you're playing, it's Area 51. Yes, fun fact, Area 51 is another game where you play as a government agency that goes in to fight aliens and monsters. And it's a little spooky, but I would not say that thematically it's as tight. Plot-wise, it's tight. I would say the plot in that is actually kind of goofy. But the gameplay is really cool, and I do want to play it. And also, fun fact, the guy who voices the main character is David Duchovny, the guy who plays Mulder from X-Files, so that's why that game is pretty interesting to me. But in addition to that, he kind of just sounds like he's on a bunch of opiates the whole time. He sounds asleep. So, it's not the best performance he could have pulled out, unfortunately. Yeah, this is probably my least favorite part of the game, having to deal with all the turrets. Thank you so much, Dollface. I appreciate it so much. I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely evening. And I gotta click on this person's name. I'm so sorry for the wait. Hello there. Is that just love? Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Demon Wolf. Are you doing okay today? Guys, I need a sippy of my water because I'm dehydrated. I've been talking nonstop for 2.5 hours about this beautiful game I love. I would say you would be hard-pressed to find a game that I know so well. Because I played BioShock about as many times as this. And even though there are parts of that game I've memorized, because they're just so visually iconic, and I love BioShock, by the way. This game I've just played so much in a short amount of time. And even though you may think things are not as visually memorable, whenever I come to a room, I already know kind of like what I want to do there. For me, it's like the first fourth of Majora's Mask. Oh, okay, okay. I've always wanted to play that. I have it ready to be emulated soon. We just kind of outwalked the turret there by going under it. Norton's trying to get through the vent, but he's too big. Hee hee. That's funny, right? You love Norton, don't you? The game Turok. Would you guys want to see Zelda gameplay on here? It wouldn't be it wouldn't be very in character of me normally, because I'm not really a huge Nintendo guy. By circumstance, not by choice. But if you guys would like to see some Zelda, I have them ready to be emulated. I've been thinking about playing them sometime. I have it on N64, but constantly started new games instead of finishing playthroughs. I don't know where I could have gone. I got a little confused. But we are going to outpace the turret here. Oh, I almost died. Nice. Oh. We're just going to leave that other turret behind. We don't need to destroy them all. It definitely has some creepy moments. That's what I like about Majora's Mask. It looks like it has a really cool art style. I have the collection of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on my GameCube emulator. If you guys would be interested in seeing Ocarina and Majora's, I'd really appreciate the feedback. Do I progress down here? I also was originally going to stream Silent Hill 3 tonight, but I just can't get that MF game to work, dude. I tried a couple of days ago, and it was actually working, and the voices were synced up and everything. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I tried it tonight, and it didn't work. And I was like, come on, man. I was like, you know what? Let's try F.E.A.R. And that actually worked. And I was like, thank God. Because I was running a version of this from Steam that I didn't originally have. I already know that they're going to drop down here. And there's going to be some people coming down here. Awesome. Dude got turned into spaghetti and meatball.
So we hear some heavy machinery going off. We don't know exactly what it is yet. He almost got me over here. I love these John Woo style gunfights. Oh damn, dude dropped me. Majora's Mask was basically my special interest as a kid. I used to read the guide over and over. Not that I needed it, I was just kind of obsessed. I respect that. I was obsessed with the first Knights of the Old Republic. That was also a game that I would play the first bit of, but would always get too scared of a certain part where there's these monsters that are basically mutated humans that turn feral and can infect you and turn you into them. Well, you don't turn into them, you just die of poisoning. But it happens in the plot a couple of times. And I thought they were very scary, especially like the way they're presented, because the voice acting is great and the people sound legitimately freaked out. And you have this moral dilemma where you have to either enter in there to try and save someone or let them kill her and go away. I obviously would always try to save them, but then those monsters would kill me because I was a dum-dum. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is not just one of the best Star Wars games I've ever played, but hands down, not even going to take shit on this, probably one of the best RPGs I've ever played. Just the length at which you can act your character out and interact with the world of Star Wars. And it's not just common ground that was covered before either. There's like new unique places in it. I've got 3 men down. You're about to have all of them down, mister. Alright, we're picking up some ammo over here. I think there's some people on this other side that want to come get me. No, we're all good. So we're going to pick up a new weapon here. We could have picked it up earlier, but I just like these current weapons so much. Looks pretty, though. It is gorgeous. Yeah, that game was also ahead of its time. That was what put... Okay, so I'm sure you've heard of BioWare by now, but that's what put BioWare on the spot in the mainstream. So, like, they got a big head start with the Baldur's Gate series, the first two. By the way, they made that series, Baldur's Gate, the games. Not Dark Alliance, but the first two RPGs. Then they made their most mainstream game to date at that time, which was KOTOR, which had broad appeal because everyone at the time was like a big Star Wars fan. The prequels were just now coming out. Yeah, from what I've played, I really like Dark Alliance. That game is so much fun. Sorry, I need to sippy some water. Dark Alliance is really fun. I just need to put my head to it and figure it out. So what we're going to do here is there's going to be a fight. It's basically the closest thing we have to a boss fight in the game, which we don't normally have. We're actually going to drop our pistols here just for a moment because we're going to deal with a big boy. I'm going to make a little quick save. Oh, wait. I'm not in the right spot to activate it. Oh, well. I'm grabbing all this stuff ahead of time before the fight starts. And you know what? Let's set down some trip mines, since we actually have those. Be a little clever bastard. Can I pick this back up? Yes, because I didn't like how I placed that one. I also wish that you could just drop them, because the placement can be a little weird. Like that. They're almost like little hockey pucks. We're not going to use the detonated ones yet. So we're going to go back in here. And we're going to get ready to activate the lift. I'll never stop waiting for Dark Alliance 3. Well, they made another Dark Alliance game. It just sucked. And it wasn't anything like the old ones. You should seriously consider trying the first two Diablo games, though. Because that's what they're based off of. And will give you the same dopamine. Just not the, you know... Not the, how do I say it? They won't be in the Dungeons and Dragons world, but the gameplay is basically what the game's based on. Oh. Oh my god. I gotta go. I forgot. His rockets can kill me if they hit my mine right there. So he's detonated all of those. Which, by the way, you can shoot those rockets. But I'm not doing that. I'm just filling them with my own rockets right now. And I'm dodging the rockets. And boom, he's dead. Now we can pick up our pistols here. I don't have any friends to play Diablo with, otherwise I would. That's fair. It's not a bad solo experience, though. You don't necessarily need to play with others. And I would still highly recommend the solo experience. I will say, though, that building your character is a little harder than Dark Alliance. I will say Dark Alliance still has engaging gameplay where you can decide to either level up multiple abilities or save up to get your main abilities done faster. I like that. I'm an elf in Baldur's Gate 1, so I'd be spamming magic missiles and hitting enemies around the corners. But if I were to play again, I think I would just play the regular warrior character. I think there's like warrior, mage, and then what's the third one? I don't remember the other one. It's really cool that in Dark Alliance they added so many more classes. Can't remember my BG1 class. BG2, you were usually a necromancer. Nice, nice. I was a necky. I was a little Nico-mancer. I mance the Nikos. Can I please drop down? Awesome. I need to make a compilation of every time I say awesome. I need to train myself to stop doing that. Sometimes I'm just very stream of conscious, if it wasn't evident already. And I can't help but just say the first thing that comes to my mind, which is usually awesome, because I'm so blown away by this game that I can be at a loss of words. I've also talked about how much I love this game multiple times. People would usually be like, what's your favorite game? F.E.A.R, Age of Empires 2, KOTOR. But KOTOR I played as a kid, I was too scared. I'm just finishing my thought on that because that can be a little all over the place sometimes, very sorry. But I would always get too scared, and then I waited a couple of years until I was older. And then I would go back. We got the laser beam. I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to show you the terrible things it does to the replica. I forget that you can get the gun there sometimes. Alright, so we turned the noxious gas off. Is there more stuff in here? There is a health booster. Awesome. There I go again. But yeah, I really want to beat Baldur's Gate 1 so I can just move on to 2. Which, if you would ever like to, I don't know if they have online. I think the second one does. I'm not sure. But they have Steam Remote Play. I'm a fire! Oh, man. That's a deep cut, man. At least it feels like it nowadays. Back when Fire in Malaysia was still a thing, and Alma was still a gaming icon, as recognizable as something like... Well, maybe not as recognizable. But people were expecting her to be this huge icon, because this game was so good. And she is iconic in this game. Like, we get to see her younger form, and then her secondary form later. Also, we get a sick turret sequence here. Normally, I'd loathe these in games, but it's awesome to just turn these against the replica. And you could, in theory, just get off of this and run in here and go fight them. But I like to have a little bit of fun, you know? Need backup now! How do I get out of the turret? Oh, alt. Okay. Whoo! I'm a fire in my laser. Blah! I too remember the good days of Fire in my laser and Red vs. Blue. Old Red vs. Blue with Caboose! Alright, we're about to have one of my other favorite fights here. Let's use the laser. slow-mo. Check this out. Boom! Skeleton! Boom! Skeleton! Boom! Skeleton. Amazing. This game is so good. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to make everyone think that. I just can't help myself. Normally I can handle being a little restrained when I'm playing a game that I've already played on here. But there's just so much I love to talk about. Yeah! The fascist melting art. Oh, there he is. You scared me, mister. You silly little replica. You scared me. Damn, that guy could have murdered me if I didn't pick up that heavy armor earlier. Is this the next area? Nice. Now we're still in the 6th chapter. Usually there's like 3 sequences in one map. Or in one chapter, sorry. With the beginning and ending ones not having as many chapters in each section. It wasn't my fault. That's the guy who died from the security guard sniping him. So we're seeing more and more ghosts as the game is progressing. His name was Bishop, sorry.
You again.
And we're literally on the other side of the wall from Paxton.
Instead, planted the seeds of their doom.
Planted the seeds of their doom.
I've seen
A war.
fire sweeping.
Bodies in the streets. Cities turned to dust. Retaliation. So, imagine The Ring, but on a grander scale. Now, that might sound corny, but I would say that this game and the first half of F.E.A.R 2 do a great job at theorizing what would a supernatural apocalypse look like, right? Not a demon one where they're from hell, like Doom or something, but an honest-to-God, vengeful spirit that got so powerful, it wasn't contained to a small location or a curse. It could just leave and do as it pleased. So I like how grand the scales get. The Misfits, that was like a British drama about kids with superpowers, right? I think my dad watched it. I was interested by the concept. I've only seen like 2 episodes, one like a few years ago and one like when I was in middle school. And I found the characters to be a little abrasive. And I like a good abrasive movie, a good abrasive character. I'm not even dissing on it. I just don't know if it was for me. I just had a very hard time listening to them. Hold on. Sorry about that. Very offensive now. I wouldn't even know. I just remembered kind of being like, oh, I don't know if I like them. But I do find the premise interesting, and maybe I could go back at it again with different eyes, perhaps? I try to keep an open mind. Like, there are some things that I never thought I would like that I ended up liking. I talk about Dead by Daylight all the time. I cannot begin to express how much I hated that game initially. And then we're just suddenly teleported to the middle of nowhere. We keep seeing the same imagery of an operating room. We saw a woman in there. She's been screaming this whole time. The dead stay dead. Oh, I forgot about you, dude. Creepy. What bundle is the knife on your head? I don't understand. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that. So they're not actually asking if they're okay? Oh, the knife you have to buy individually. I apologize. How'd you hit me through the wall, bro? Okay, game's bad. It's cheating. Just kidding.
Get down!
Kung Fu kick. Now, even though I don't use the Kung Fu as much, mostly just because I'm sort of used to the game and not having to use all my ammo, it's okay, bye. No problem, Minori. I hope you have a great day. But yeah, you do have to buy the knife separately. These guys are actually fighting the Combine. I think that this segment is really cool in concept. But really, it's just enemies that are set to friendly fire. And there's a couple of guys down here. They're going to have a heavy come up in a moment. There he is. Okay, shit. Let's try to hit him with our sticky grenades. What's nice is you don't have to trigger the sticky grenades for them to blow up. They just have to be activated by another explosion, or you can shoot them. Now, you can't instantly vaporize the big dudes, but they do a lot of damage to them. You can't instantly vaporize these giants. You can't vaporize the ultra heavy plated dudes later on in the game. I say dudes. They're regular foot soldiers, but they're the most heavily armored besides that guy. And I don't think that the laser beam works on some droids that we have to fight later. So we're actually looking for Harlan Wade's daughter, Alice. That's who we're going for right now. This is the longest stream I've done in a while. Boom! Skeleton time! Spooky, scary skeletons. I make them with my gun. I'm being a little liberal with my ammo. So I'm gonna settle in with some main gun. No problem. We'll actually, you know what? I'm gonna finish up this fight here, and then I'll probably call it a day, because it's been 3 hours. And then the next time I stream, we can continue with one of the best action segments in the game, the elevator. But thank you so much for stopping by and for indulging all of this. I super appreciate chilling out with everyone and chatting. But thank you specifically for being here so long and keeping me company while I completely just ramble about this game I love. Super appreciate it, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Catch you next time, too. Thank you. Hope you have a great day. Ow. Oh, I'm actually out. I have 1 health, and I'm out of ammo. I think I'm dead here. Oh, and they got a grenade. I'm trying to get him. I missed him. Fuck. Oh, health kit, thank God. I needed that. I'm gonna quick save here. I think they're wary of my trip mine. If they just get 1 hit with me with the railgun, I'm like screwed. Hi, Samini Darch. Welcome to the stream. Okay, that's 1 more guy down. Did I kill the big guy too? Awesome! Oh my god, that was some of the most intense shit I've gone through in the game. I haven't been put on 1 health like that in a while. Alrighty. Oh, we're just gonna clear up this segment, and then we're probably gonna call it a day. Oh, the music cut out there for a moment. Almost out of ammo. I like how the game gives me a sniper here. Alright, alright. We're going to save here and call it a night, guys. I've been on for 3 hours. I super appreciate everyone who came to keep me company, though. You're all lovely. Thank you for the 128 views and the 10k likes. I'm gonna go, but I'll see you soon. Have a good evening, gamer ghouls. Bye-bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. Doink.